dangerous trio to have. Rubina, Chemo, and T-Core in the house is very dangerous. And since everyone loves T-Core, her in the house is like going to be the most dangerous thing. Now I see in the chat, some people are saying they wanted Quinn, hoping Quinn would win it all. And then they said that the feeds have been down since last night. My live feed correspondence, can we confirm this?
Yeah. It's been about 25 hours, I think. Now it's probably about 26 hours. Last time I checked, I think it was 25.
Unusual. Like, look, we've gotten a lot of unusual Big Brother things. Okay. We have had an unusual Big Brother season, but that is very unusual for an HOH. Are they just trying to hide who won HOH for us? Or did someone get hurt? Like, that is unusual. So it is going to lead to a lot of conspiracy theories.
There was speculation that it went long and that they let them sleep in. But by now, I
mean,
look, is it now 9 a.m.?
It's 9 a.m. there.
Yeah.
So it just doesn't I don't think that makes sense because their whole show is built off of live feeds. Not only that, there's a full Pluto viewer. Like, they have the live feeds on Pluto, right? So like, that's weird. Now, my other theory is, look, Julie was not on the show last night. So I want to pose the question to you guys. Do you think Jerry did a great job as a host, a fill-in host? Are the conspiracy theories true? Like, what do you both think about that?
Well,
feeds are back. We just checked. Feeds are back.
Oh, they're back. All right.
So yeah, Flagator Mama said feeds are back. But yeah, so I mean, as Jerry being the host, obviously did a fantastic job. What my opinion is that he is the most unlike Julie person that they could have had.
Yes.
He also talked about being a big Brother fan in infamous clips where he screws things up and he calls it H of H instead of HOH. And he's like, it's so funny. He's like, playing in there for the H of H. And then he says a few other things that are totally wrong, but he says he loves Big Brother when he's talking to Julie Chen. So I feel like it almost was like an inside joke with people that love 100%. Big Brother to have him host it because he's a super fan who totally maybe he was just nervous or forgot what to call things, messed up his big chance to talk about Big Brother. So I thought it was so genius. When I saw him there, I was like, yes, oh my God, H of H. He's here. And I love that they all complimented him the way that they compliment Julie. They were like looking dashing and he didn't know how to handle it. He was like, thank you.
He was like so awkward. Mackenzie's, he was like, well, thank you very much. That is a great compliment.
And then you could tell a producer in his ear, at least this is what I think, because it was by like the third or fourth person told him to reply the way Julie would and gave him a line because he said something like, thank you very much, but I need your vote. And he changed the way he was reacting. And I was like, oh my God, a producer in his ear must have been like, say this, because it was like a perfect Julie line.
So Mimi73 told someone to turn on to the feeds because apparently we see who won HOH. We have to do a spoiler alert.
I'm turning them on now.
Okay.
As far as the Jerry O'Connell thing, we've seen Jerry O'Connell in the past. We know he's a massive super fan. We know that he loves this game and would love to play the celebrity version of the game, but it just never worked out with him. I will say this. Seeing him on there, watching him, it was kind of bland for me, but on the fly with only who knows how many days of preparation to be able to do so, I'm proud of him. I think he did a great job for on the fly hosting. We know Julie Chen has COVID, couldn't be there. So I was happy to see that they at least brought in someone that knows the show, loves the show. We've seen in the past come on to talk about the show. And I feel like he did a good job in those circumstances. However, saying that, I think Julie just got about a 10-year contract extension after watching him host the show.
She's never, ever missed one episode.
Never. And
they're pregnant. She gave birth 2 weeks seasons after. She's never it's like, look, if you're that big of a star and you're married to Crazy Moonves and he screwed up really bad, like you should be able to take a day off. Like she should be able to be like, you know what? I'm going to have fill-in host whenever I want, but she is a diligent woman. And I would like to know what's going on in the feeds because Bobby, your face looks like you found out some crazy information.
I can't tell at the moment, but If it's what I think it is, do we have a Leah HOH?
That would be
Oh
amazing.
my god!
I think we do.
Justice for Quinn.
Wow.
She's eating a bunch of candy and has a crown on, and everyone's around her, and they all slept outside. It looks like.
Okay, so that's why we didn't.
It looks
get
like
seen.
this. Looks like the set is still up, so it might have been a longevity kind of competition where like they had to stay. Do we have Oh my God, what's the name of the HOH competition that they brought back last year, where they all hold the button?
Yeah, the button one.
Why am I blanking on the name? That one. Is it that one? I don't know.
Well, they
Should
let
be
us
interesting
watch
to
it
find out.
last year on the feeds. So
Okay.
they did let us watch it, which would be disappointing if they took that away from us. So everyone
Yeah,
is
that
like,
would be
really
really
excited.
bad.
Elizabeth said Auntie Julie is the best. And then everyone is very excited with Aaliyah possibility of an HOH. But I do have, before we go into that and determining what's going to happen next week, I need to know, do we think eviction speeches on Big Brother are tired? Do they even make a difference at this point, or is it just a chance for someone to say, I love you guys, don't vote me out? Because like, I don't feel like that's what Big Brother eviction speeches were meant for.
These have been cringe this season. They've been extremely cringe, in my opinion, unbearably cringe. Except I have liked Quinn. Quinn was on calling Jerry O'Connell Kangaroo Jack and saying random stuff. I mean, it got a little too into it with his Big Brother fanhood and naming and referencing old things. I think even from your season. I don't know if that was another Britney season or yours. I mean, but Quinn's, it entertained me, but the rest of them, they're all like, I love you so much, and you're all my best friends, and no matter what happens, I love you. And I also just want to, like, represent myself.
I want
the
to
best
be here.
And if you send me home, I'm still your best friend. At this point, I'd be like,
oh my God, I would be like, I hate you. Like, why are you guys even like listening? I don't know. Like, I feel like at this point in the game, it is like, it's okay for you to tell them your true feelings. Like, Chelsea, I think that this was dumb that you are trying to get rid of me this week, because like at the end of the day, Chemo, Rubina, and T-Court have a final 3. Like, I think he could have said that, and he didn't.
Yeah.
I don't understand why nobody's calling anyone out. I don't understand why they're like waiting on Angela to kind of like narrate how the season goes. And then I don't know, maybe with the Leah HOH, with the Leah HOH, it would be Angela's HOH, right? So we'll see about that.
Maybe.
Crazy enough. I also think that as far as the speeches go, I think the reason why we get majority of them being boring is you get 95% of the time they are boring. I love you. Hey, shout out to my family speeches. But that 5%, that 5% is why they still have them a part of this show, because they bring the drama. They hope to flip, once in a blue moon, does it work? That someone says something in those speeches that carries over to the vote. And that's why they do it. Just the chance that there is the possibility of that happening and bringing great TV.
And you're right, because whether they were telling the truth or not, remember how 2 weeks ago, I think it was like Chelsea voted for Joseph. Like there was a flip of who was going to vote for who. Chelsea and somebody else. Now I can't even remember. This is the longest season of my life. They said, it was something they said in the speech. It was either Mackenzie or Chelsea. One of them changed their mind about who they were going to vote for. But the fact that 2 people did, it made the outcome not any different. But people changed their mind, and they both cited the speech. They both were like, oh, they said something that made me think. So like, you are right. Like every once in a while it does work.
It could work. And especially like for a double eviction, something like that, it could work. But now we have to have a double eviction coming up, or a triple, or a comeback, something exciting, because the only thing that Ainsley has told us this week is that she's going on a vacation to travel the world. I didn't know AI traveled. And that her bro is coming in. Now, do we think her bro is Zingbot or Tucker? Because I'm going to go with, it could be either one.
I didn't think, but I think it's Zingbot. I really do. I think that like it plays into the artificial technology. Like, they can make Zingbot AI at this point. And just everything about it. Yeah, everything about it just feels like it's a Zingbot week. It would be that timeline too that usually we get Zingbot. I know people love Zingbot.
Yes.
That's getting old to me. I'm sorry. Zingbot was old a while ago, and I know it's a hot take. I know I might get some
That is a
flack for
hot
it.
take.
I'm
No.
kind of Zingbotted
Most
out.
upset I've ever seen Rachel.
I know. I'm speechless.
I'm just like, it's just, I get it's a family show, and I get why they do it, but like, I'm like, come on, like, we've been doing this for how long? Like, are people really like, this is the best thing ever?
Yes, it is the best thing ever. 12 years of Zingbot. Do you know why I like Zingbot? It's like OTEV. It's a staple now. And then also it's fun because the house guests get grilled a little bit, and it's a silly grilling where it's like they're gonna say something about Angela's tears are as fake as her, whatever, like, you know, something for Angela, and then, you know, she'll talk about it for a week. Like, it will literally be, I mean, just to see Angela's DR about the Zingbot zing is going to be fun for everyone, right?
I just feel like the zings haven't been as good over the last few years as they used to be. I guess that's where I'm coming from.
They need a new they need Kathy Griffin to come back.
Or I don't know, after the trash raccoon last night, they might be bringing the heat with it because not last night, but after the last the OTEV with the trash raccoon, the Zingbot might be coming in with some heat. All right. So we have a new head of household. We have Leah. What do you think is going to happen? I want to hear your predictions. I want you to know either what you think or what you think Leah should do, Rachel and Bobby. What either think or want her to do?
I want Leah to put up Mackenzie and Cam. But I think she should put up probably Chemo, and maybe, because I feel like she has a relationship with Rubina, but this is just she needs to break up that 3. If Leah and Angela are going to be a duo and make it to the end, they're not getting there with the 3 still there, because everyone's going to keep going after Angela, and now they'll go after Leah. So I think her eliminating Cam will also be nice, because then we're guaranteed a female winner this season, which I love. But I feel like at this point, like, if she got rid of Cam, like, nobody would be upset about it except Chelsea. So she would be drawing that line in the sand.
After Bobby says what he needs to say, if he doesn't say what I'm thinking, I'm going to lose my shit.
Oh my God, what do you think?
I think if Leah wants any chance to win this game, she has to take a shot at the 3. She has to. Like, it has to be T-Core, Chemo, or Rubina. But yeah, number 1, T-Core.
But isn't she like,
let's see if that happens. That's the thing is, will it happen? I don't know. But Leah has to sit there and look at the game and be like, I want any shot to win. I have to either nominate 1 of the or 2 of the 3, or Chelsea and T-Core. That would be a real hit to this game, change it on its head, and give her a chance to actually present why she should win this game. She's made the big move.
I don't see her going after T-Core, because I think that they have like a legitimate relationship. So I don't know, unless I like watch and I'm reading everything wrong. I think T-Core has put herself in this position, which is why they all love her and listen to her, where she has like a legitimate relationship with everyone.
Then that's why she's the most dangerous person. Yeah. If I'm in that house, I don't care if T-Core just knit me a new sweater. She is the first person I am putting up, and I am putting her right up against Chemo. And I am sending one of them too, because that is the most devastating blow you can make to this game. Because Rubina has lately showed signs of being open. Rubina understands the assignment. She knows that she knows she's a trio, but she knows she's not the duo of T-Core.
Oh, for sure. She does know that. So, and she needs a person.
So I would not really be, I'd be thinking I can keep Rubina in my pocket, because she knows that she's not one of those 2. And T-Core, right now, it's like if the jury would all just give it to T-Core. And I do really think, someday we got a comment, Leah's focused on Chelsea and T-Core. I think that's the other move, because I secretly think that Chelsea and T-Core either have spoken or have just given eyes to each other. The way I did with somebody on my show, we never spoke and we were never on the same team. And we gave each other eyes and we were like, we had each other's back. It was one look. And we played that.
I don't know if you're looking into that. No, I was just going to say, I don't know if you're really looking into this really deeply, Jen. I don't know if they had conversations before the live feeds, before the show even, like before, like we saw like the live feeds are like delayed for a week.
They cut them sometimes and
Yeah. So I don't know if we just haven't seen that actual conversation, but just the look in Big Brother, I know what you're saying because I've had the look on other shows, but in Big Brother, it just doesn't work out as much as you would think a look would on another show. Like I've had that look. I've looked at people and just said like, that's my person, you're good. But like on Big Brother, because it's so long, you're living with these people 24/7, no breaks. The look just isn't looking, Yeah.
And as far, I think that honestly, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I think Chelsea ruined her game last week. I think Chelsea quite possibly made the worst move she could have made for her game. And I think this is going to backfire, and we're now going to see the downfall of Chelsea. I think she was one of the front runners to win, but getting rid of Quinn, letting the Angela paranoia take over, not that she wasn't completely wrong, but I still think Quinn was on side, and I think she put her stake in the ground and said, this is where I'm going, and I think it's going to into her doom.
Yeah. I think possibly, unless she's falling backwards into my T-Core Chelsea theory, because I'm still standing that theory, that they want to really be the final two sitting next to each other, which is tough because everybody loves T-Core. So if I'm Chelsea, I don't know if I want to be sitting next to her. But then again, what has T-Core really done? Because Chelsea would have done a lot of the dirty work. So I don't know if she fell into that. Like, that's a very interesting.
T-Core needs to sit next to Chemo in the final two, because otherwise they're the only two right now that have a similar story, even though they're best friends. Chelsea legit has a better resume, won more, done more, been in more alliances. T-Core has everyone's best friendships, but if you're best friends with both of them, who are you going to vote for? The one that has a better resume, right? So I do think that that's going to make a difference. Now, Hannah said, are they doing an all-girls game and getting the boys out to jury first? I think Leah would be up for that, which is why I think she might go after Cam this week. Because plus Cam has been like flirting with her, flirting with Chelsea, flirting with Mackenzie. He's not really doing much. And like, is Cam a floater? I don't know at this point. Like, floaters got a life vest. Everyone loves when I say it, so I have to. But like, it's true. Is Cam a floater? What are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, coaster, floater. He seems like more like kind of a coaster than a floater to me. But you have very strong opinions about floaters and definitions of them. But it feels more to me like he's kind of furniture who occasionally makes a move. So
but does he make moves is why I'm saying he might be more of a floater. He hasn't had power. He will go on an alliance on one side and he'll go to the alliance on the other side, which is a floater. And he coasts through the game. Ultimate floater. Oh. But not.
He's a floater.
People might want to sit next to him. Like, look, if you think I'm sitting next to Cam, I'm sitting on furniture next to a piece of furniture. Who apparently I went to his TikToks. I'm like, he's so exciting and alive on there.
He's
on Big Brother. Either he's just nervous or playing it quiet, and hopefully he's going to come out with some crazy guns blazing. But I don't think so. Like I don't know. But sitting next to Cam will be a good look for you because what has he really done?
Yeah. So Elizabeth
next to Chemo would be amazing because Chemo's really done nothing besides like just not get voted out.
Yes, well, 100%. And that's what everyone in the chat is saying. Cam is a floater and that Chemo is probably a floater coaster too.
100%,
And Flag Tour Mama said, get that life vest. Yes, get that life vest.
And I will say too.
Oh, go ahead, Bobby.
I was just going to say, like, both of them are very much so floaters. And obviously it's kind of paid off for them because they're the last two guys remaining who have gotten this far and no one's really taking them seriously as a threat. Like Chemo to a small extent because he's been on the block more, but who's really, really, really thinking about getting Cam out of this house right now? And at the end of the day, he's going to be one of the more physical threats if he actually puts his mind to it and can do it. can we see him go on a run towards the end of the game and really pull something out? I mean, I think it's getting to too little too late territory, but he is a big physical dude with chemo and women in the house, and can he make a run?
He doesn't win. Like, Angela wins a lot, and Mackenzie's a beast. I feel like Mackenzie could totally kick his ass.
Of course, yeah.
Being stronger than we think, and also very agile, and like everyone's like, Cam is such a threat. I'm like, to whom and how?
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, that's what Brendan said, because Brendan, my husband, Brendan from Big Brother 12 and 13, for anyone new watching. So he basically said that Cam is a big guy. We do think he can play. We do think he can run. We do think he's strong. He hasn't showed us any of that. So we actually don't know. Like, Mackenzie might be able to beat him, because these competitions are never just brute strength. We never have a brute strength, especially on season 26. We don't have brute strength competitions. So it's not like he's going to be lifting 100 pounds that nobody else can lift. And who knows, Mackenzie might be able to do it. Who knows?
It's true. I feel like Mackenzie could bench Cam. I feel like they'd be a cute couple, because they would just like work out all day and wear like the same and matching sweat kind of outfits. And like, so I kind of do like them and their little pseudo flirting or whatever's going on. I do enjoy them as a pseudo showmance. So, okay. Somebody in the comments said, Mimi said, I don't want to put a spoiler in the chat if people don't want to know. Mimi, let us know. Is that the H of who won? That's the H of H. Is that the
H of H? We've already spoiled the H of H. Don't worry, Mimi.
Is that it? Was it the head of household or no? Is there another spoiler? Don't say
it.
It was the head of household spoiler.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, I mean, I feel like we have covered this whole week. And does anyone else have thoughts? Leave comments in the chat. Leave it on the TikTok chat or the YouTube or Facebook chat. Let us know what you think. And remember, you can leave comments every week. We're here, we're live, we're excited to talk to you. That's part of the fun of a live show, right? You get to come in and talk with us.
Final question. I have a final question for us and everybody in the chat, and there's two answers to it. Who do you most want to go home, and who do you want to win? Just into your head, just no strategy, just what popped into your head?
Bob, you go.
Okay. Well, first off, my head is telling me I want T-Core gone, but my heart is saying the reason I don't is I have money on her in my draft. So I kind of don't. But my head's like, I'm just so ready to see a change in this game. Freaking worshipping of T-Core is too much. So I would love to see T-Core go. And then you said, who do I think will win?
Yeah. Or want to.
Oh man, this is tough. Honestly, I think the game kind of opened up once Quinn left and Tucker left. I still think there's a very good chance for T-Core to win. Outside that, it's going to be her or Chelsea. I think Chelsea ruined her game last week by the move she made. So I'm going to still go T-Core, even though I kind of want her gone. And kind of don't.
But that makes sense, because you're thinking like, who's going to be exciting and who's going to be like, you know, who's going to be the best to win. I kind of want, so this is silly, but unpopular opinion of my own unpopular opinion, because I'm a flip-flopper. I want Angela to win. I don't know. I think it would be a fun cherry on the top of the show to have Angela win. It would be a random AF. And I would be like, how did this lady who's calling people crazy eyes, losing her mind week 1, just win the show? But I kind of love it. I think Chelsea's playing the best game. I think Chelsea should win. I think T-Core is playing a great game, but I don't think she's playing a winning game yet, because I just feel like she's playing the best friend game, which works if you're Jordan and if you go up against someone that nobody else likes. So this is the problem in this house. It feels like everyone likes everyone. So I don't think they're going to go up against someone that there's no person that anyone's like, oh, I don't even like that person, because they all like each other.
I think they don't like Leah a little, but not like that hatred that you see in It's very different than other seasons. People clearly hate each other. That ended basically with Angela hating Crazy Eye Matt, and then there was not, and then Tucker had his, and then after that, it's been a big love fest. So this is like, it feels like I'm doing F, Marry, Kill. But it's just 2 options.
So, Big Brother House guests did that this week too.
Oh yes, that's right, they did that. I think that it is essential that Tikor goes home next. So that's the person who I want to leave next, because I think that she could either run the game or go all the way if you don't send her home. Or, you have Chemo and Rubina there. And I think she's the strong head. She's like, she's the head of this, like, it's like a 3-headed snake, although they're nice people, not really snakes, but she's the head of it. So she's the one who I want to go home purely based on that. And I think Mackenzie kind of deserves to win, but I want Angela to win.
Okay. Wow. I think you're the only person that thinks Mackenzie deserves to win.
I mean, I was thinking Chelsea deserves to win most of this time. And then I started thinking yesterday, like, Mackenzie wins a lot of stuff. She's been on the block so many times and saved herself. She has saved other people and it's worked out in her favor. She somehow, and I think it's because you don't really like floaters and she kind of might be like super floater. So that's probably why you're like, no, Mackenzie.
Well, no, it's like, I don't think Mackenzie's as much of a floater as like Cam or Chemo, who is just Chemo's not a floater. He's a coaster. He's like, you're right. Like, if you want to go that definition, he's not, he has his one alliance. He is always going to work with them, vote with them, do whatever they say. He's the ultimate fall guy, or the ultimate, like, wingman, right? Like, he's always going to hype you up and he'll take the fall for you.
You know what? I think if I wasn't getting bored with this midseason slump, I've 100% said I want Chelsea to win, because I like her. I like the game she's playing. I love the way she talks to the cameras and interacts with us. But she does it very well. Her little, like, Chelsea talks to us. She explains things. Her logic is good. I like Chelsea a lot. So she's who I've kind of wanted to win, but I feel like things went into such a slump that now I just want, like, Agents of Chaos to reign. And now I'm just like, give it to Angela.
Yeah.
For the entertainment. I want the Emmy.
I want the midseason momentum to come back. I want for us to be able to get a season where we don't lose interest right now at Jury. Because, like, it does happen every year.
You know what's funny?
Yeah. Go ahead, Jay.
I was like, Leah was like depressed all last week and then like lying in